Okay, great day to be out here. We've got a south wind before this next big front comes through. I kind of wanted to try to do something a little different. I want to just throw at dark patches. Patches of coral or seaweed, whatever you want to call it, grass. Try to find some isolated ones and kind of look for areas where the current's hitting them pretty hard, so that means there's a nice change in contour. And I've had like a little bit of success doing this, but I kind of want to really give this a full day's effort because I've never tried to really commit to fishing on the Gulf side, doing it shallow, and just fishing the coral patches. I do have a live bait set up just in case this is slow and not as I intend it to go. But I think we're gonna, like I said, look for areas where there's current smacking against coral or something like that. A viewer, Grouper King was his name, gave me a couple ideas of like what to look for and how to have a successful day of fishing, just doing it kind of randomly. I think that's what I want to try to do. Gave me some numbers, some random coral heads that were shallower, and pretty quickly after looking at a few of them, I realized there's probably a lot of these little nuggets that can produce a few fish. So let's give this a go. 6 feet of water. I see 1, 2. Let's throw a jerkbait, man. 6 feet. It's not like I'm back in the mangroves where I got to worry about this, but I think one of the things we got to try to make sure is keep our distance. So there's a little bit of current there. It looks like an oyster pile. This is made by Sixth Sense Divine Jerkbait. I believe that's what it's called. So I'll probably hit like 5, 6 of these things if I can find any. There's a few here and I see some bait flicking on it. There's 2 here, I think, of these patches. Should be fish somewhere here though. Question is where. I'm just blind casting. Okay. Try one other thing here before we keep moving. Kayak. This is the Kayak. I don't know which one, but it's one of the ones I had laying around from a long time ago. So this little rock here's got current. There's one up there. Okay, it's got 2 plays for this. Couple small bites there. Might just be bait there, like pinfish or fronts, right? One last thing here. So through a plastic, a jerkbait. Let's try just one of these micro jigs, see what happens. We get like a small pinfish or something, we'll set it out there behind us. There's some small fish there. Oh, look out. Was it a grunt? I can't use him for bait. That's a lane snapper. Okay, that's what I found on this structure. Never really associated lane snapper as a structure fish, but like most of these snappers, a lot of them do, even though they're not on structure, they'll be right on the side of it. See this little coral patch? There's one more up there. I think this was all lane snapper. Okay. Lizard fish. Even worse. Stay away. Okay. Alright, I guess this might not be as easy as kind of anticipated it to be. I thought this was going to be an easy little task, or day of fishing rather, throwing at coral. But I don't think so. See fish down there. It's like grunts mostly. Oh, either way. Could be those lane snapper too, right? All right, let's cruise. This is how this is gonna work. How many drops till we find some decent life? This is how this is gonna go. All right, I got power off, right? Nothing's gonna happen until I see the next thing. Definitely seen a lot of darker water here. It's like a cut. There's some interesting looking stuff here. Let me make a couple blind casts. Nice and shallow. Nope. I haven't seen anything up top though, which is like, you know, sometimes the best giveaway of structure is seeing a fish on the surface, right? Or two, or three, or lots of them, doing a surface frenzy. But sometimes, yeah, you don't see any of it, so you're like, I mean, like I said, there are like little crumpets, dark water here. I feel like I was assuming I'd see a lot of jacks and barracudas honestly doing this, but it's not encouraging. That jerkbait's swimming properly. That awkward feeling when you think when you know you're gonna get skunked. What did I do wrong? Sea turtle on there? Yeah, it looks like a sea turtle. I usually like coral. Okay. So much for the Kayak, man. Had high hopes I was going to get bit. Just go with the micro. All about how it sinks, right? Oh boy, I think I got no clue what I'm trying to do here. There we go. What is that? It's a grunt, right? No, it's some sort of snapper. Is that a lane snapper that's missing its spot? Yeah, I think that's what that is. Can't use you for bait. Yeah, it was a lane. Interesting. Okay. Almost got hooked. Thank goodness. Alright, that means I got some structure here, I think. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, I got you. Maybe catch a pinfish or something like that. That'd be nice. Alright. Oh man, small mangroves everywhere here. It's probably a structure, probably some weak structure if that's all I'm going to catch here is small mangroves. Maybe not, you never know. Nope, nobody here. There's fish. Got me the smallest mangrove spot I could find, I think. Could be tied though, you know how this goes. Couple more small chunks of coral all through here. Found me a nursery. I think I did. Just some small stuff out here. Unfortunately, nothing I could use for bait either. He uses lane snapper for bait. 1-inch gulp minnow should catch something. I hope. Something small. Something small and squishy. Alright, we gotta go to a different spot. What I'll do is I'll just drift another side of this zone. So that's a 1-inch gulp minnow. I'm not threading it all the way on because it's such a pain to take off. Midday fishing's tough, huh? Alright. Oh. Definitely have at least another. Could always end up at the Long Key Bridge, is what I'm thinking. Big bridge down there. Should find at least yellow jacks there and other fish. I thought, maybe grunts and some small pinfish here, maybe. No, sir. All right, I'll keep the camera on. What am I gonna do? Let's do some trolling. See what we can find, and then we'll zip over to that bridge. I mean, it's like should catch bait everywhere. Not a good sign for my day. Dang. Why this is not a. You have chosen unwisely, Elias. See what this key looks like and all that stuff. Take it from there. Yeah, it's a bad sign if we're not picking up like lizardfish and small barracudas on the jerkbaits, though. That's a good point. A couple of these patches here. Might be one of these things I've got to find something that has more oomph to it. A lot of times when I do this sort of stuff and you want to cruise around and look for spots that have fish, a lot of times you'll run over fish blowing up. There's like, you might want the bottom fish to eat, but cruising around there'll be bluefish, sharks, just something that gives it away. I'm not seeing any bait, any surface life, and nothing on the troll. But it does seem like there's a lot of patchy coral all through here. What a pretty day. I don't know about that key, if that's any good. I think it's very shallow there, but could be good. This troll bite's not getting any signs of anything either, though. Got the current moving on it better here, though. Yeah, wow. So nervous about today now. Went from optimistic to won't stand a chance. This looks great. Big rip right here. Let's get down there, see what's up. No bites on the jerk bait. First bite there. Pretty small one though. Second bite. Boy, oh boy, I think I'm going to have a tough day ahead. That's a nice looking presentation for a jack, right? Or barracuda, anything like that. Makes me nervous. A nice little patch right there too. Bottom's pretty hard here too. It's not soft at all. There's no fish here. I don't think there is. Little bite there. Oh, another one. Very small fish. Maybe grunts or something like that. Who knows? Textbook spot though. You got a depth of change of depth, a little bit of structure, current. What am I gonna need to make it happen though? Boring. Everybody tuned out already, I bet. A little bit of grass under me, actually. Some fish under me here. All about this current break, though, it seems like. Gonna work our way over to long key, man. I've never fished long key from the kayak, so it'll be interesting. Be different, I know that. These bridges, I don't know. These are quite small and they got people that fish off top of them, but down there I've never been before, so we'll take a look. Yeah, that boot tail didn't get a bite. Try one last thing here. Whoa. Jack, right? No idea. Well, it's the first sign of surface life, right? Try to catch a small bait we can chuck out there behind us then. This is a smaller jack. A little 1-inch gulp minnow. I should get a... I hope it catches something somewhere here that I can use. Definitely some life here. Small stuff. I'm gonna start. Start with what I can get. What is that? Look down. I don't know about using this guy for bait. Heard they're good for snook, but I don't know about much else. I don't know about the snook being right where I'm at. You want to troll a bait along this tide line, though. I bet it's got some pretty big fish. If I could find good bait here somewhere. More small mangroves, man. Found like really small mangrove zones, I guess. Look downs are kind of cool. I could kind of dig them. Such fast fish, though. They're like. Need like a blue runner. That's what I want. Like a blue runner this big. Decisions here. Let's throw this Kayak one more time. This should catch like a good sized snapper. There's no, without a question, that should get bumped by a good sized fish. Let's think about this tidal water, this kind of fast current there. Bites from all the small fish. That's all I got going so far. Ooh, oh, that was a nice fish, I think, finally. Maybe not. Probably a better mangrove snapper, honestly. I have to guess what that bite was. I'm using too big of a lure for the fish that are here. Well, there's another rock up there. I'll finish working through this one though. Do you see that? There's one more. gonna try to catch that bait again, man. I don't know what to do here. Definitely had a few taps. I got no clue, man. Let's troll over it. Turtle. Turtles mean structure usually, though, right? I think so. I find turtles out of nowhere usually. Alrighty. First 2 drops, 3 drops, right? Yeah, I knew there was definitely some structure there. Few small bites there, just trolling through. I want to slow troll a live bait through here, so let's get that done. There's enough structure out here that there should be like one nice fish somewhere here of some sort. If I get like a 4-inch pinfish or whatever ends up biting that's legal and small, that I'm using these really small gulp minnows for. What I like about these new gulp minnow jig heads, these Z-Man ones rather, they're heavy duty enough. You know, I can land decent sized fish when it happens. So you know how it goes with these gulp minnows. Big stuff ends up eating it, believe it or not. Not all the time, but some of the time. So look down, just come and flutter. And after these fronts, this is tough. All I got here is these look downs. Okay, keep drifting. moonfish. Maybe you might hear that term too. Look down, moonfish. You know, I never really associated like mangrove snappers being on open bottom, but you know, it makes sense the little ones are going to be really just kind of like all the other snappers, associating to random grass and stuff like that, channels. You know, they don't need much. Probably when they get larger, they want to be in more significant structure though, more often. Sitting in that tide line. Market fish pretty scattered through here though. I'm definitely leaning towards running up to Long Key right now though, man. I'm getting some small bites now though. Alright, let's get out of this zone. There's too much little stuff here. Gotta find some larger snappers or fish that want to bite. I'm gonna take a run up to Long Key, see what that's like. Well, I've been cruising, I didn't see anything. I haven't been seeing anything. So I'm gonna try to do this like I've done it at a couple of the other passes then. And I find like some good current, fast-ish water, nothing too fast. Just see if we could figure out a couple holes with some decent fish here. If that don't work, we'll go up on the bridge, kind of jig behind the bridge. Yeah, give it the go. So that first half was not good. Right now I'm looking, everything seems to be that 8 to 10 foot flat, nothing standing out current wise. I see a little bit of nicer spit of current up ahead right there. That kind of stuff's always good. I think I made a 2-mile run, so we definitely covered a little bit of water to get here. And I'm really looking for the visual cues. I saw no visual cues back there. There was some scattered coral and stuff, but it really seemed to have small stuff. Here I'm not seeing anything visually. Like I'm not seeing a rip or two or a bubble or a gully of current really. Sure, up on the bridge there's some of that stuff. And I could take that gamble going up towards the bridge, but this bridge, just as famous for the sharks. Famous shark bridge here. So, you know, you kind of look at all these spots and, you know, they all have their strengths and weaknesses, and they all have like ticks or things to learn. You know, you got to keep in mind most of these are all man-made bridges, right? So, sorry, these bridges altered, you know, the flow of water, and they kind of changed the ecosystems quite a bit, right? Because before bridges were here was natural passes, right? So the passes weren't dredged, they were all kind of at their natural state. So they still have, how should I say, the flow of current naturally before the bridges were here or any structures were here, like old structures that are in these channels or divots or washouts, whatever you want to call, super important too. So that's all I'm trying to say. I don't think I'm going to see anything deeper than 10 feet around here. I think I finally see something weird up there. So I don't know. You know, we could throw out the pots here. You know, that's an option. How's that current moving? It's a good speed, 4 miles an hour. So nothing crazy. I'm going to start with this guy. Good old, this is a Berkeley jerk shad. Academy Sports had them for $3.99 a pack. You know, you scoop them up. Anytime you see a good gulp shape for less than $10 a pack, you scoop it up. Not $10 a pack, $5 a pack. $10 is like the new, probably the new starting point for these gulp baits where it's headed. So this one's weird. It looks like somebody fished with it already. I'm almost afraid I bought a return from somebody after seeing the cut. Somebody return it and use it. I didn't pay enough attention when I opened the package. You usually got to open that packet up. So there's definitely a little bit of gullies here. That's something there, but I'm going too fast. Famous for bull sharks here. I hope we won't see any of those around these parts. I'm going to just kind of work through this minefield, I think. Call it a minefield, but basically where all these pots are. I'm going to manually, yeah, I see one's little spit here. Let's give this a try, man. I haven't marked a thing though, seen a sign of life up top. Yeah, these cold fronts are kind of crazy like that in the Keys, so just gotta hope for the best a little bit. But I like the way the current moves here. Far different than, oops, shut off cruise control. Far different than what we saw on that other area. These are big passes here, so huge fish exchange, always a good thing. That's how you do it, man, and just feel it out. Make some casts, you know, examine some current. That's how I get it. That's boring and very weird, but like, I don't know. I just kind of look around and give it a feel. Before you know it, you find your honey holes like that. A little bit of it. Not all the time, but sometimes you'll find some pretty decent stuff doing it like this. Ain't gonna be good every time though, is the problem, like anything else. This current's fast. I like it. If you want a good artificial bite, I think that faster current always does you a little bit of a favor. Not always. Sometimes it does. Ooh. Oh, dropped him. Oh, man. Felt like those were grunts, though. A little bit slower than Bahia Honda, though, thankfully. Honda's fast. Really clear water, though. Like 10 feet of visibility, I'd say. Almost. I saw a bunch of jacks down here just now. Looked like it. Oh, man, I'm tangling myself up looking down. Like jack crevalles or something like that. What I did here though. Gotta pay better attention. It's exciting to see fish on the bottom. And you spend too much time and you screw it up like that, right? Hopefully they didn't get spooked by me drifting by. It didn't seem like they did. Missed that fish. Getting hosed out here, man. Here we go. Small mutton snapper. Sharp gills, sharp spines. Oh my gosh, it got me again. This one's doing a good job at getting me. There's a bunch of jacks there. I'm sure there's a few snappers too. But I definitely saw all that stuff over there. It's just drifting in between these two. Now I'm going up. Bummer. Okay. Usually get my jig back doing that. Not that one. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. So go with the white gulp for this task. Red and white's a very classic combination. Not the weird hipster combo I had before. White and purple, blue, whatever. Hipster color. This is old school right here. Red and white. Sure is a lot of stuff on this area. I think a lot of it is small though. Whoa, reeled through like a kook. Had a bite right at the kayak, and when I went to reel, bloop, right through. I think a lot of this is lane snapper stuff again though. I'm missing a lot of bites here, man. I don't think we got anything of size, unfortunately. Maybe we do. Not biting what I'm throwing, that's for sure. All right, last cast here. Second to last cast, sorry. Oh, man. Next to that red pot, there seems to be a little bit of life, though. You're right. You're right, I'm right. Somebody's right. The fish are right. Oh. We get a lot of small bites on the retrieve and stuff like that. I think there's got to be a lot of these small. I don't know if these are jacks or small. Maybe they were small snapper I saw down there. Lane snapper or something like that. Or mutton snappers. Well, I got whatever this is. He ain't big and he's running right up the kayak. It was jacks. Tiny yellow jacks. A lot of bites from these guys this last few casts. You got all yellow jacks. Really orienting behind the pots more than anything, it seems like. Well, the pots do have a current break, so maybe that's what I gotta focus on a little bit more. I also need to focus on realizing I'm fishing in 10 feet of water, not my typical deeper water stuff, because reeling through the guide's pretty good today. Yellowtail, little yellowtail, a lot of little stuff out here. It's probably a good spot to chum and work through all the shallow grass and coral and all that stuff out here. Okay, let's try this other set of pots up here. Hang on. Sorry. Take a quick phone call there. Get on the phone for a second. Oh yeah, I can see some current here. Mutton? Muffin snapper? Mega mangrove. Look at that one. Sweet. Got something at least. That's a big mangrove right there. Yeah, that's a big one. Man. Right. Got some dinner. It's like a 15, 16 incher for sure. Yeah, almost 16. Great year for the bigger mangroves, man. And you could tell, I don't know if I saw 3 mangroves, all nice big ones, following that jerk shad in. Okay, this wasn't a big little spot that I ran over. I definitely want to keep my distance when I'm casting at it so I don't spook these fish. Oh, it's actually pretty big. I can see, you see all this dark water here? This is what I'm looking at right here. Maybe you can't now that the sun went away. That's a 5-inch Berkeley jerk shad. It's a good one. All right, you can see it right there. There's another big coral chunk on my right, I know. I was looking at the maps earlier. I found some jacks. Oh, I found some jacks. Oh, more snappers. Look at that one. Big snapper number 2. It's another keeper, right? So 2 keepers. Nice one. Gonna put you back though. Really only want to keep like 2 fish for dinner. What a spiky critter. So want to see if I can, he might have spit my gulp up down there somewhere. I also kind of want to see the first spot. I kind of drifted over it and screwed it up, I think. This spot, I seem to have gotten it down. There's going to be a nice mutton snapper somewhere here. Always fun when you could find some just big fish in general. Obviously, the biggest problem here is we know there's going to be a shark nearby probably. And at some point he's going to show. Show yourself. Number 3, right? That'll be 3rd keeper. Maybe not. I don't know. Might get lucky. Won't see any sharks here. And that's how it goes, right? What did I start with? A bunch of really small snapper spots. Then boom. 4 or 5 drops of like, this is unbelievably impossible to watch while I was fishing. Look, the mood turned right around. Got 3 keeper snapper. And I'm sure there's some other fish here. Oh, sorry. Whacked the camera there by accident. Little mutton, yeah. I was hoping we'd see a big mutton here. It's kind of one of the things I hoped for today. 3 nice mangroves ain't bad. Just like that, it quiets down though, right? You notice that? It's like these fish are now going to show some signs of caution a little more. Rip that gulp off. I'll be straight. If it ain't straight. You know what it is too? Look how fast I'm moving. I'm moving a mile an hour. That's perfect. Like, easiest way to get these fish to eat the artificial. First couple spots I hit, I was moving like slow. That's no good. Get this speed though, you're good to go. You can always just troll until you find something like this though. It's one easy way to do it. Now we're gonna get smaller, watch. I bet they're gonna start shrinking now. Notice that? We got 3 good fish right away. Now I'm gonna get small, I bet, for a minute. That's all right. I feel like there should be a big mutton somewhere here though. Ooh. Definitely size order. It's going down here right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I pulled him. Got that one. Yeah. That'll do. That'll do the trick. Chicken out in no man's land, man. A classic red and white. This is probably the first color combination. You know, sailors back in the day used to get, what was it? Red and white bucktails, right? To survive in case, break glass in a case of emergency sort of thing. That was the first cast I didn't get a good bite. I could see that current getting funneled through here though. Had a little rip forming of bloop, bubbling. It's impressive to see how fast those snappers swim at your jig too though. These fish were moving quick. Lost our first jerk shad. Try the back side of this pot here. Some fish there. Missed him. Okay, there we go. Nice. Keeper number 4. This one wanted on the retrieve too. I'm gonna start keeping a couple more in a second here. Charging me, huh? Yeah. All right, keep this guy. This is a classic. This is a hybrid classic kind of afternoon, right? Because why? Because we're using a gulp bait, which is a more modern, right, take on it. Let's see. All right, this guy's 14. Could keep him too. Is my lens all screwed up here? Yeah, let me clean that off. Sorry. I think I'm too excited about how good the fishing is right now. So that's a 14-incher. Cool. Right, this guy can come with us too. So we got 2 fish in the cooler. Holding out for a mutton snapper in the cooler. And that's really what I want, is 1 mutton snapper for the cooler. And then we're good on that. This is the Certate 4000. This Certate's not giving me any problems. The other one, not so good. Man, can't get old school sometimes, guys. It's good fun. Uh-oh. I think I lost visually where I was catching these fish, actually. Oh yeah, I drifted away, ways a ways. I think that was the problem with the first few drops. I had no current. And I couldn't find any fish that wanted to cooperate. I think I gotta get back to that. Can't beat it. Catching fish on a calm day, calm afternoon. Shark free so far. Let's give us like another 30 minutes and then we'll head to another one of these areas. Oh my gosh. Oh, lost him. Ooh, gotta get them all fired up and angry with each other, I think. Oh, this is snapper jigging, like light tackle snapper jigging rather. There's, you know, this is just a great time. Great time. I think there's any, I think snook get on these kind of areas too in the winter? Maybe. See, the biggest thing I did here that I missed on one of the other ones is I haven't run back over this spot. Like, I'm keeping my distance. I'm casting. I'm drawing these fish in for sure. They're following it. Some of them are hitting pretty close to the kayak. So much for, whoa. Nice backhand cast too. It seems like the strike zone is pretty big. I got one behind the buoy there. These fish are out and about hunting. Let it sink to the bottom sometimes. It seems like sometimes I'm getting hits on the retrieve too, though. This was a good drop, though. Things. You hear them, Matt, long after they're gone, man. Wonder how the fish react. Let's see. Are they going to be like, ah? It's a lot of noise. I don't know how much it travels down to spook them like that, though. Probably not much. But who knows? Fish are weird. Let's see what else we got out here. Oh, we lost our gulp. Let's try a different one. We got a Kayak. See if that gives us anything different. Maybe glob it up with some of this Procure. Lighten up the tackle a little bit too. You throw some heavy tackle at random spots because you don't know in the Keys what it's going to be. Is it going to be a grouper? Is it going to be, you know, what is it going to be? Okay, let's see if we got any other ideas here. So, let's cast up ahead of us a little bit too. I'm gonna use take a little tinkle break to that excitement. These fish don't like the Kayak as much as the gulp, that's for sure. I'm jigging this Kayak right now. No. They're popping it, but they're not interested. Right? I really like specific profiles, these snappers. You can get them on other profiles, but getting profile specific always pays some dividends. Right, like I'm just rolling a paddle tail through there, hoping to maybe pick up a yellow jack, but those snappers don't eat that. Not the mangroves, at least. Never know, but I feel like they got some pretty specific tastes. Hang on, I want to use the bathroom quick. All right, I moved a couple feet over. It's another rip here. Same deal. I'm going to try this zoom again. I mean the gulp. There's definitely another structure right here somewhere. It's the best when you get a spot with a cluster of like 4 or 5 structures. This way you can work them all. This one fit, I don't know, maybe not. It's definitely a structure right here that these ones don't want to eat. Yeah, it's hard to predict that stuff, huh? Like this one, just a couple feet over. Nothing on this one. Let's go back to that again then. Probably have, what, 5 nice mangroves there? We can go up to the bridge. I don't know how bad I want to go up to the bridge though. Bridge doesn't do it for me. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely a chunk of structure right here too. There's nothing on it. Bummer. Really, I'd say at the end of the day, you got your Google Maps, and then you got, obviously you could use your top spot charts, whatever, but that's usually not the best. I don't know, maybe this one's on it. I doubt it. And then obviously you read the current. Eventually you're going to read the current correctly that there's something significant enough to hold fish. Like 3 or 4 of those spots should have had fish, man. They should have, but that's how it goes sometimes. There's just something that significant about one zone that the other zones don't have. Like those other pots did have some fish too. We'll go back to that in a minute. But something about this particular one is the good one. I don't know. But that changes too, right? This is good today. Might not be good after this, so. Why is it good today? I don't know. It didn't feel like heavy structure either. I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit, but like for the most part, I didn't lose a jig to this. Didn't break a fish off. Never gave me a vibe of a heavy structure either. We didn't get a grouper bite here, so soft structure, right? There is a grouper here, but usually get a bite from one of those guys pretty quick too. Oh, there's one. Dropped him, whatever that was. Got that fish. Come the little guys again. No mutton, huh? I was hoping we'd see one. Gosh, there's so many little snapper down there. There's like 100 of them. No. Keep away. The biggest ones, I guess, yeah, they're faster. They'll come first. Then, you catch a couple of them. Some of them lose interest. Makes some sense. Man, you think there's any other fish here that I can use for bait? Like, I kind of want to try it, right? If I can get like a small grunt, small pinfish maybe, I don't know. Okay, I feel like that's all I'm getting out of this spot though. Mangroves. Got something different finally, I think. Oh, look at that one. Nice. Big one. Big mangroves. Another nice one, right? Yeah, he got me there. Poked me, but it closed right up. Give yourself a nice hand wash with that insanely salty water and you're good to go. Ooh, you feel the sting of that salt water though, man. It feels some salty water. You know, like if I dip my hand in water around where I live, I mean, it hurts, but this is like, wow. You can feel that salt water. That high salinity stuff. All right. Like this spot doesn't have sharks. Not yet. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Little guys. No lane snappers. You would think there would be a couple other flavors out here, but I guess not. Trying to slow it down a little bit now, see if that changes anything. Good fun. I haven't seen a true monster here though. They're all really good size though, man. Every fish is, I mean, a lot of fish are 13, 14 inches right there. So the size of the fish is great. We haven't seen I'm hoping to get a, you know, like a 22, 23. Current personal best is 20. So. Last two were good size though. Okay. Kept two. It's hard to leave fish to find new fish, right? Especially since my first 4 stops were junk, right? I mean, that other one did give me a couple bites, but yeah. Definitely moving into some smaller ones now. Okay. All right, let me leave these guys alone, man. That was a great drop. Let's try to find something newer. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. It was a really good drop, right? Gonna leave them alone for the rest of the day. Revisit that in the future, maybe with some live bait, see if we can pull some real monsters. You know, scouting with lures helps, right? Because it taught me not to waste too much time. The other thing is, you don't know, right? You pop onto some of it. I just ran over it to check it out. It's just a little divot, so no heavy structure. Okay. Guess I could cruise around here a little bit. Take out my phone, see if I can find anything else interesting. So I'll look on a couple of the other rocky looking areas here, see if there's anything else. That looks real rocky. Oh gosh, can't use my phone apparently. Looks like there's definitely a bunch of stuff towards the bridge, but I'm trying to stay away from the bridge for for a sharky reason, right? That area where I hung up and I caught the short mutton and small yellowjack does look like it has some more stuff I didn't look at completely, so hang on. Good thing is that these fish do tend to pass away quickly when they're on ice. They don't live very long and seem to suffer very shortly. Those mangrove snappers out of the water will live a long time, but when you put them on ice, yeah, they're done pretty quick. So, all right, let me try this other spot also quickly. I don't want to go to the bridge, man. I'm trying to think what other fun plays I can do here. I haven't seen a shark or anything up top, or just, you know, other busy work yet. Maybe we'll take a look at the bridge and see how it is. This jig is a 3/8 ounce barefoot jig. Gives a very good horizontal fall, right? So very good stealthy. You know, these snapper don't like big profiles, it seems like. They're not going to eat paddle tails too much. At least the mangroves, right? They seem to like thin stuff, right? Like jerk shads, gulps, the shrimps I seem to catch them pretty good with. You know, occasionally metal lures, so keeping it stealthy is a good move. The muttons seem to be the most you can fool them on a pretty gnarly profile with some regularity. I think I'm casting here it. Yeah. See that fast water there. There's definitely a couple fish here too. Hard to say, man. So these aren't mangroves here. This is other fish for sure. Maybe the grunts and small muttons, maybe. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna see if we're gonna pay some taxes in a minute. I think that's the last move I got for y'all. Suck. I see the fish down there. I think they're also mangroves. They don't look very big. This spot seems to have a lot of them. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, man. Uncut, going with the classics today. A classic definitely did the best. Frustrated I can't land anything on this spot. I think it might be small jacks and stuff like that then. There was a lot of mangrove snappers on that other spot. That was probably one of the heaviest concentrations of mangroves I've seen in a while. Couple more casts here. I think these are all like, they gotta be like grunts and smaller snappers here. Like I've missed so many bites here. Yeah, our hook point's nice and sharp. It's not like that's dull. I wonder if this is like one lizardfish has been torturing me throughout this whole little area here, making me spend, what, 20 minutes here? You ever do that? Something so dumb, like there's one little fish that keeps jumping on your jigs that's giving you the fake, false hopes, fake hopes, whatever you want to call it. Got him that time. That's a lizard fish. I'm sorry. Wasted my time. That was like a lizard fish. It had to be. All right, let me shut off the camera. Let's make a move up to the bridge. See what we can find up there. Still a good time, man. A couple casts here. I think I saw a little bit more current breaks here that looked interesting enough to stop on. No idea if any of it's good or special. Don't see any dark colors to anything though, so that's usually not a great sign. Having those darker shades of stuff always tells you there's, you know, probably something you're looking for, fish-wise. But the scattered rocks are, you know, a lot of fish roam through that too though. Mutton snappers. Definitely a little hump I went over here just now, so there's a few rocks down here. No fish on them, though. Okay, that's that. The bridge it is for the next hour. Looking down on my left side here, seeing if I see anything. Not seeing any fish here. Not seeing anything. All right, let's go to the bridge. I think this is the bridge land shark. Kills his bull sharks on every year. That's a Jigging World Night Ranger. It's a medium heavy. That was a little. This is a little heavy setup for trying to jig those snappers and having a really good time with it. But like I said, you don't know what the key is. You pull up on a spot for the first time, and it could be fish like that. It could be tiny fish this big, or it could be absolute, you know, Goliaths and tarpon and sharks. You don't know what the heck's going to be on the spot. So. And that could change next time, right? Next time it could be Goliaths and sharks too. All right, well, see, I can make a decision, right? I know there's a channel there. I think I'm gonna shoot for the channel. I'm sure it's on my chart pretty good. Unfortunately, the glare is bad. I've never fished that channel, but I'm guessing if it's like other channels, there's gonna be a few sharks in. Let me see how the depth is. There's a bar right, I believe there's a bar somewhere here. It's not a drinking bar, a sandbar. Let me see how that is. See, I don't know if this bridge is like kind of like Bahia Honda. Most of the sharks do kind of hang out on the bridge, but you never know. Like, that's stuff you can fall into traps guessing that. In the last video, we saw the shark get me in one of the channels there too, right? Now this kind of sucks, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the channel edge up here, see what it's like. I think I see a channel marker or divot, whatever you want to call it. So from there, let's see, do we have a clear, distinct channel on here? Oh gosh. Oops, and I'm hitting the plus mark. yeah. So let's do the deep cut. You know what? We'll learn. If we get sharked, we'll know we got sharked. Never to mess with it again. Maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. It's interesting, really, like, you know, those mangrove snappers wouldn't hit this. This had such a nice swimming action today, too, but they weren't eating this one bit. You know, we got some teeth marks on it, right? But no, they were definitely eating that gulp. That white gulp jerk shad, the white gulp shrimps. And on that spot, there was basically no other fish today. But the first 4 drops were all little junk fish, man. I don't know. It's a game of rewards, right? Oof, I'm feeling it. I'm using my feet to burn some calories today. It's 3:30, 3:45. Let's see. Water's not that cold, man. If that water was cold, I'd say we'll be good with the sharks, man, but we'll see. I think that'll be my goal. The Keys tourist goal is to get sharked on every bridge in the Keys. But we'll have Tide going with us, take us home, so that's gonna be nice. Is there a boat there? No, I thought I might have saw a boat. All these spots are so different, though. I mean, in some sense they're similar, right? Because you're just looking for something that's going to hold fish out in no man's land. That's it. And sometimes it's just like the pots, and it's miraculously inconsistent. So, like this spot also just didn't. We didn't see that much diversity, right? Like the other video I did. It was pretty straightforward, right? I just had jack crevalles and mangroves. Here we just had mangroves for the most part. Well, we're bouncing off cold fronts for sure. And you guess, you know, we can both guess about where the fish go. Most of them do kind of leave, right, and then come back. There are sometimes pompano around here, and that would be a fun fish to catch. And Keys, but in the middle of winter, who knows? Obviously, there could be some sharks. You gotta watch your stern. Sometimes they like to boil up on the back of your kayak. Have you ever seen, like, you can be cruising around? I'm sure somebody else will comment, like, enjoying life. And, like, literally, one will be nose in the back of your rudder. The bull sharks don't seem to show that much interest. It's actually usually the what's it called likes to do that a lot. The black tips. And the black tips, you spend a couple months in the Keys, the black tips become the cuddly sharks before you know it. Yes, I use the word cuddly to describe a type of shark, but the black tips definitely become a very cuddly, let's be friends. I'm okay being friends with you type of shark. The bull shark is a little too big. I won't forget that one that surfaced with that cobia beyond last December. I didn't make a good video out of it though, so I never really posted it. Should pay attention where this channel is. Hang on, I'm gonna pull my phone out again. I think it's up against, you know, I can tell there's usually some faster water when I'm driving around here. Somewhere up there. You can see that the water is really forcing itself hard. Ugh. Yeah, I think what I'm looking for is somewhere here. Probably want to fish the edge of those channels too. You fish right in the middle of the valley, that's not usually no good, but you get right up on that's where you'll find more rocks. In the middle of the channel, yeah, sometimes you will find fish, but that's where I think you're really way more likely to find Pay some taxes too, though, sometimes. This is where I think this bridge here is the popular bridge you can fish from land. Catch a lot of fish from land here. Most popular bridge in the Keys, probably. Sorry, I'm burning it. Another YouTuber burning your spot. Burned my spot. Burning. All right, let's see. You know what? I'm not marking anything. Like zero. Like no jacks. Nothing in here. This will be interesting to see what we pull up. I like that. There was definitely a couple chunks and wavy bottom. I don't want that bullshit after earlier. I'm one trick pony. I need a jig head and a white fluke. It's apparently all I can use out here. Not a tap, not a sniff. Okay. Got a bite though, right? Okay. I don't know this channel that well, so I'm really feeling it out right now. Beautiful evening. No fish though, right? We try one of those doozy spots from this morning. I mean, this afternoon rather. That's what's going through my head here. Oh, mutton. Mutton. Muffin snapper. So sharp. No structure, no fish though. Those mutton snappers, I'm trying my best, do remind me more of red drum. Where the spots they pick to hang out. really quiet here. Okay. I'm going to take a quick look at the bridge. I'm playing with fire. Real quick. Give it 30 minutes. See what we got on it. Want to see if I can learn something. Never fished this bridge before, so. Let me see. Look at my charts here, see what we got in the channel. So I fished the back side of this channel just now, kind of on the back end of it. Stay away from the yellow jacks. Get big numbers of yellow jacks move. But my freaking sonar has been empty all day. So you get those cold fronts, they push a lot of fish out, and it seems like the snappers are really, you know, the smaller muttons are fine with it probably. The bigger muttons, maybe they like it too, but they'll probably get a little weird. You know, one day they're on, one day they're off. And then the mangroves seem like they like it the most out of everybody. They have probably a pretty specific temperature range. We don't catch mangrove snappers inshore in North Carolina where I live. You get them, you know, offshore quite a bit, but inshore, no. They'll actually be pretty big offshore if you know where to look for them, I think. All right, this looks pretty good. 14 feet. It's gotta be a few, like jacks and stuff like that. I'm sure that little T slot gets pounded all the time. I really don't want to go into that. It's got like a bend from the channel there. Hold him. You're pulling too hard, you goober. Let your drag do the work. I just hit the change of tide too, though. Means I probably want to work my way back to the car instead of fighting 2 hours of outgoing. That did just occur to me. Still have 3 bars of battery on here, though. Very hit or miss out here, man. You know, these bridges and these key stuff is super hit or miss. Oh, got my finger. You ever do that, man? I'm definitely showing all my imperfections today. There's a lot of pressure on me today to make a day like this where, you know, I've never done this kind of real crazy experiment like this. Well, we did end up at the bridge, but you know what I'm saying? Really focused on not fishing the bridges, right? And I still had a decent day, right? Should have stayed with those mangrove snappers, but I don't want to put more hooks on them. You know, I might be coming back to those guys one more time. So, you know, I was hoping we'd see some jacks. Fill in the gaps, right? One bridge you can't get away from the jacks. Next bridge, there's no jacks. Funny how that works, right? All right. Well, let's get ourselves back towards a little closer to home, the car. So nice, real monster did that, I'm sure. Get ourselves a little bit closer in, and take it from there. Okay, we're gonna work our way back to one of the first drops. Yeah, I honestly didn't have that much life today. Just kind of, you know what? I don't want to troll or anything, but I'm gonna throw some top water on, like, you know, those drops had a fish on them. They were small, but I resisted. I really resisted fishing the bridge. So if you really focus in on everything, right? I actually had a great day in a 20-minute window out of hitting a bunch of spots that didn't really produce. But one produced, I don't know, I had at least 7 legal mangrove snappers. Probably 6 or 7 at least on that one drop. And I don't know, I kept like a 16-incher and a 14-incher, and there was a bunch of like 12 to 14-inch fish. And you know, I was just throwing at a bunch of drops and seeing where, you know, those fish bit. Current was right. Presentation was right. But at the same time, like, it's all about how you want to approach it, right? There's a good chance if you showed up with pilchards or other baits, those first 3 drops that I stunk at all could have gave you good fish, right? For really that artificial bite to get going with a lot of fish, not just those mangrove snappers, you really, I mean, having good tide's going to make bait fishing a lot easier too, but maybe those fish would have bit with bait. Or on these other spots, there might have been some fish. We're going to find out right now if we can maybe fool something on top water or a jig too in a moment. But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking there. So I know that was a shaky start. It was really quiet because I had zero confidence in what I was doing, that any of that would work out to begin with. And at the end of the day, that was like a video of highs and lows, and the lows were really low. Like, I thought I was gonna, whatever I was attempting to do wouldn't work. So, you know, that's how it is. Like, I've had a couple of these longer videos that I'm kind of scared at the start of filming them. I wouldn't say scared, I just, like, the confidence isn't there, especially when you try something brand new. And, you know, don't get me wrong, it helps to have a motorized kayak that can go 4.4 miles an hour, right? Just by a boat at that point, it's, you know, you can hit a dozen spots with a boat, but it's telling a different story, a different struggle, right? And I think that's always important. You know, if you want the most amount of fish, buy the best boat. But if you want to put yourself through some of the challenges at what you can do, and even with the best boat, you're going to still have some challenges, because you're going to try, you know, to do the offshore stuff, try to find the swordfish and Kubera snappers. Even with the best boat, you can absolutely challenge yourself. So I don't want to understate it that boat fishing's easy, right? There's some things that you can make easy for sure that are, you know, now more or less a challenge from a kayak, I would say. But you know, that's all I really want. The point I wanted to get across is, yeah, you can definitely have easier fishing from a boat, but from a boat you can set yourself up for some insane challenges too. And a lot of boat guys I know enjoy that challenge. From the kayak, I like the challenge too. To me, those mangrove snappers are very hard to catch on artificial. Not the hardest, but you know, you see how many you can catch this size, right, on a spot. But to get the size that you would normally target with bait, it's just kind of fun. Same thing with the mutton snappers. You know, I haven't been getting the snook. I've tried a couple times now. I've gotten a couple of tarpon, but not many either. So most of my backwater days, if I'm not targeting the snappers, there's just not enough happening. And I noticed at a certain point I kind of shut down. Like I verbally shut down. I can't keep going because I start to, I guess, talk to myself at probably 3 hours into my fishing trip with no fish. And I don't think we're supposed to get any rain tonight, are we? Keys clouds get scary real quick. And yeah, but you know, it's nice you have a kayak that goes 4.4 miles an hour. That's fast. I do have a little bit of the tide still working with me, but I'm hoping as I get into these spots that didn't have much current earlier, that did seem like they should have some fish, or gave me those smaller mangroves. I'm hoping now at sunset maybe something, you know, will show enough interest that I can catch something there. I don't know what I'll catch on these spots though. Like now I'm finally, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen, I should be paying a lot more attention. Too busy being a talking head right now. I hope I don't have to paddle home. That's gonna suck if I have to paddle home right now. That's how I know I did a big mistake. At low tide, I'd have to paddle home. Ooh, we're tapping bottom. I'm feeling it. I'm hitting it there, here and there. Not too often. Going through some prop scars. I hope this marker is for something. Yeah, I think we're good. Should have paid a little more attention there. 1.2 feet, 1.3 feet, you're good on this EPDL. Oh no, I thought that marker was definitely there for a reason. At speed 5, I do not like cranking it, because I feel like I can definitely, if I hit bottom, I can do some damage. Speed 4, it's not as bad. But usually you could see something. Alright, I think we're back into some deeper water. What I'm trying to say is you could definitely usually see like a couple of those rocks pretty easily. So in terms of what I've seen visually out here, yesterday and today, I have seen literally, I think I've seen 0 fish like cruising around. I haven't seen stingrays, I haven't seen any barracudas. Like literally, I'm cruising through 2 feet, I haven't seen a single barracuda, haven't seen a single shark. Like definitely the stuff in these areas has cleaned out with those cold fronts. And you know, I can make the drive to the Everglades. That is a 2.5 hour drive from where I'm staying. That's kind of a long drive if you ask me. Okay, so really I want to hit these spots that gave me nothing earlier. We got 4:30, we got maybe another hour to fish before the sun goes down. Hopefully none of these clouds do anything funny. Really the main goal is to see if we catch anything else, obviously. I do want to put that away. Thank you for your service, Barefoot Jig. Did a great job today. You know, it's really interesting. Like that bite happened in 30 minutes, right? And it happens to me. It happens to a lot of people that you're fishing really. You know, I was talking to myself as I was going out there because I was making a longer run to hopefully find something. And the only reason I'm not still back there is I'm losing light. So today, even though we're doing a long video, I think a lot of the kayak transport, right, how many miles I ended up going back and forth, cut out a lot of fishing time because I was gambling on drops, spots, whatever the hell you want to call them. I was hoping some of those would have something. But the big thing is, like, first 4 or 5, I almost gave up and went back home. I mean, definitely crossed my mind to go home. Even though I did see some life on a couple of these areas here, it was small. There wasn't much current. But now, you know, let's see at dusk, you know. Maybe we're going to see something. I've got a top water ready. It's a Nomad surface walk. I've also sucked in some grass into this drive. Line roller sounds like me grinding coffee on this. So I don't know, I can't get to that screw, back it out with the tools I have. And I'm still using the reel. I don't know, maybe we'll get ourselves another Swiss 8. So that other one I have, that 4000, has given me 0 issues. This one, the line roller, is definitely, you hear it. It sounds like junk. So I've got this on the Jigging World Custom. This is a medium blank. It does have these microwave guides. I don't love them that much. They're okay. What happens is the paint, see, like I got a little bit of rust on here. I don't know. I'm kind of worried eventually that it'll start fraying the line up, but maybe there's something I don't know about it. But this is a very, like, powerful setup. Like, these Jigging World rods are, I wouldn't say they're unbreakable. They're definitely breakable, but that is a very powerful rod. So this one gave me the most little mangrove snappers earlier, so maybe the tide's right now. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things you just don't know. I see a canoe coming out. £12 seaguar. There's definitely a little bit of surface life. I think it's bait, but who cares? It's going to be a start in a second. Hope we can graduate from the look downs, right? That's what we were catching last time. 2, 3, 4, 5 turns. 10-pound braid and 12-pound leader. I hope that 10-pound braid won't slip. Notoriously fickle at times. All right. Let's see, what are we going to catch bait with? There you go. Let's see if that works. 1/8 ounce Castmaster spoon. We'll make a couple of random casts at this spot. Let's see if we can pull something. Castmaster. So we had a great day, man. Like, if you really consider it, right? I had what? 5, 6, maybe 7 keeper mangroves. I'll tell you the truth, I saw nothing up top though. There's like no fish up top. Make a cast or two. Wish like if I saw something up top here, I would jump right on it. Little Castmaster. What is it? Oh, I dropped them, dang it. I got this other line out here. Duh. The dummy. Oh, this puffer fish must have been chomping at it. Look at that. Had that sitting in the rod holder while I was retying. Okay, if we catch like a grunt, put them out there live. Might see something pretty big tonight before the sun goes down. All right, let me throw a topwater at this rock here. Or whatever this is. I have no idea, honestly, if it's a rock or not. But probably a good idea while it's kind of slick like this, before the bugs get me. If it's going to happen on topwater, it's going to be right now probably, right? Officially suck at topwater, you know? I don't think I know how to catch a fish on topwater. I did get one keeper mangrove snapper on it, but like, where's my lizard fish and barracudas and typical topwater fish, right? Oh, we gotta follow, we gotta follow. I think it's a shark. Or is it a tarpon? It's either a shark or a tarpon. Oh, oh no, got excited. That's it, you should blow up your reel. And you get excited and then you blow it up. Would have been an awesome fight if that was a shark. A decent sized one at least. I think it was a shark. I can't tell that distance sometimes. That makes me want to catch a little bait fish for that shark, right? All right, we have one follow on the topwater, and that was, I think, a shark. So let me just try to catch the. Let's try if we got to use a look down or something like that. Funny, we'll give it a try. I've never used look downs as bait, so maybe they do work pretty good for tarpon and other fish too. Jigging this 1/8 ounce Castmaster on the bottom. There we go. Oh, it's not a mangrove. It's a mangrove. Gosh. Can't use you as bait. Surprised I can't catch like a blue runner or small jack crevalle. You know, like a lot of those like 4-inch, 5-inch blue runners sometimes are around. Beautiful sunset, right? No sign of life up top. No bites vertical, you gotta cast and hop along the bottom. Definitely that kind of bite right now too. No current at all. Pretty night though. Bugs are gonna be bad at the car. Thought I'd struggle to catch a small non-snapper fish with a Castmaster like this. That one's going to be the hardest to handle. Look down. Kind of wanted to try him. I feel like he would work for bait. For a shark? I think so. Silvery enough. Definitely prefer the small jack though, if anything. Okay. Man, how'd you rehook yourself by biting me like that? Okay. Just all I'm going to catch on the Castmaster, small mangroves here. This is just a lot of them around this zone. I'm annoyed that shark wouldn't eat my topwater. Actually, quite annoyed by that. Wow. I don't know about these Castmaster lures now, man. I'm starting to lose a lot of confidence in them. Small buttons. Come on. Almost caught him. Quiet evening, man. No surface anythings. One more play. One final play. Ready? You know what, let me troll this thing. Maybe we'll pick up a tiny blue runner or something like that. I feel like Castmaster can be trolled, right? I've never really tried trolling these things. I mean, I don't see how it can't work. The last play. It's the final countdown. Yeah, as long as that jig's not coming out of the water, I guess it's technically fair game. Not really into trolling, but maybe we'll pick up a tiny blue runner or a small jack. I think the fronts do make things weird, though. Had record snow where I live, I think. That's forecasted by the time this comes up. It's supposed to hit tonight in Wilmington. So, first part of that front's going to come through tomorrow. Get things pretty cold, I'm guessing. How did I not get a bite out here trolling this little spoon? From something this big. You know, you think it's always on and always pretty steady. Sure, there's fish to catch in the Keys, but like, there's a lot of vacating that happens when you get significant weather, just like anywhere else. Like, one of the few fish that really, it seems like the snappers tolerate it just fine, but a lot of the other fish don't like it, it seems like. It's a nice little hump here. Like, this sonar's been dead all day. Like, in terms of like just seeing anything mid-water column, hasn't happened once today. Yeah, you would think like what's it called? I hope I don't get bad line switch trolling this Castmaster. That's one thing I'm really worried about right now. But you would think the yellowtail snapper would eat this thing, even though I can't use them for bait. Tiny Spanish mackerel, Serum mackerel would be like one of the best baits to troll around. I wonder after this cold front, maybe after this cold front really kind of settles in, I'll head over to, a couple of the other creeks closer to Key Largo. We'll see if we can get red drum or snook there. I feel like those areas I'm more likely to see one of those fish. I don't know how I feel about that camo finish though. It does seem to get like a little I don't know if moldy's the word. It definitely seems like it's fuzzing up a little bit. Like, because your hands are wet, you grip it hard, you kind of wear down that finish. And the seat does have a little bit of play to it, but man, the blank, this action on this Phoenix is awesome. Phoenix is one of like these newer rod companies. Really nice rods that came out maybe, I don't know. At least I started seeing them like 7-8 years ago. The other one that's out there is 13 Fishing. I don't own any 13 Fishing rods. I've heard good things about 13 Fishing being like another one of these like mid-range, not cheap rods, but I think they do have some inexpensive rods, but they have some pretty pricey rods, and I think they're decent quality for what you're getting. But so far the Phoenixes, I have one of the 9-foot rods. That one did not last at all. Unfortunately, I had it in the rod holder, and when a fish bit, the drag was fine, but I think there was so much force the entire back end of the rod broke, and I think they wanted like $100 to replace it, and I was like, that's too much money to replace that under warranty, so I wasn't too thrilled about that part. But other than that, I've been pretty happy with these things. Especially this one. I love the action of this one. For a lighter rod, I like the Fenwick rods a lot, but this one's got a lot of nice action too. And speaking of love the action, I would love to have some action trolling. We haven't had a big zero not doing that so far. What are we gonna end this trip on, man? You see me trolling, man. How much fun do you think I'm having doing this part? This is definitely not the most fun. I kind of wanted to see if I can catch some real small, pinfish or grunts here, but maybe this isn't the right environment for it. It's my first time fishing here, so I don't know. These Castmaster spoons are the originals, though. This isn't an original one, but it's like an original lure. Probably came out in the early 1900s. Can you imagine the amount of fish? I would say this would probably be in the top 5 lures ever created. Like that, the quantity of fish caught on that. That and a bucktail are probably like in the top 5 for sure. Now they're made in China. They're definitely not quite the same quality as a kid. I think they were. I wonder if they were made in America still at that point. I'm not sure when I was a kid, because I do remember them not rusting out as easily. And I think even like the finish looked a little different back then. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can make it over this bar, because we're talking our heads off. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. I think we got it. Beautiful evening though. We'll see what time it actually gets dark too. Right now it's 5:07. Not dark yet. Kind of bummed that shark wouldn't commit to this. Thinking it was a black tip probably. I think it was a shark. I don't think it was a tarpon. Sharks, when they follow top water, they have that weird snake-like follow too. So that's my guess. I only occasionally catch sharks on top water though. They usually like to follow it, but they usually won't eat it. That's my experience when it comes to top water and sharks. It's like watching paint dry. I've got these single hooks on there too, so probably gonna get one bite for the evening with top water maybe. And then I'm gonna miss it because I have the single hooks on there. Well, that's okay. Supposed to be promoting the, treble hooks do a lot of damage. Even though those on that little Castmaster, you saw how much damage I was, one of those buttons had a hard time getting unhooked easily. I think I got a structure somewhere here. Nope, no follows on that. Let's see if we get any bites on the Castmaster spoon here. Also, ooh, missed something finally. Suck. Little treble hooks are definitely pretty wacky to try to reliably hook fish with. Ugh, more snappers. I can't get anything else today. Can't catch anything else today. No grunts. Let's hit the rocks quickly, see if there's anything along the highway. Getting some small bites here. These guys don't want to eat anything. All right, let's see if there's anything different along the rocks quick. That's why you need these pliers, man. Try to get the ones without the rust. Rust does bring good luck, but almost got him. Gosh, sorry, dude. You know, if in my lifetime treble hooks become illegal, I don't think I'll be too against it. There we go. And without a good pair of needle nose pliers, or long nose pliers, man, treble hooks are hard to deal with. Man, my dream of a shark. Can't even catch bait for that shark. But maybe we get a black tip at dusk or something like that. Maybe along these rocks we'll find some bait. Gotta try to find somewhere without mangroves, man. Like a grunt. Lane snappers you can't use. That's the one with the little black spot and the yellow fins. Mutton snappers you can't use, obviously. Mangroves you can't use. So it's really grunts and pinfish with it too. And blue runners, sometimes you catch a lot of blue runners, especially around, just areas of current, right? You don't need much to have blue runners or small jack crevalles. You always put one of these little gulp minnows on here too. Pretty sunset though. Nice evening. This is going to be the nicest evening we're going to have in a long time. I do like fishing the rocks along. US 1's what's good about it is south wind or north wind. There's usually a little bit somewhere. Like let's say you just have a paddle kayak, right? Or canoe. You can't go very far. You go behind US 1. You'll be able to tuck in, fish rocks, so you'll have structure. There are some deep cuts that are kind of randomly dispersed throughout US 1, so yeah, you put some time in, you might find some pretty good holes that are great on days with heavy wind in the winter. In general, you probably won't be able to find too many good spots on a west wind or an east wind along this highway, but on a north wind, you fish the Atlantic side, south wind, you fish the Gulf side. And before you know it, you'll have something. I'm telling you. You will. Problem is, yeah, we ain't gonna have an easy time after a cold front here though. Like, this is what I expect to be par for the course post cold front. Haven't marked a thing out here, man. Look at the size of that iguana up there. Size of a dog. Big. Wow. This is like crazy because I got a Castmaster and a Gulp Minnow. I'm not getting any bites in here. Finally had my first bite. After these cold fronts, man, this is hard. Sorry. Sorry to it's my reality check right now. It's really hard after a cold front. No grunts. No jacks. We might have to shark fish next couple days, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's not really my thing, but maybe I could get some black tips going or something like that. Toughest situation we've been in. Where's the sail cats I hear about? Alrighty, I hope he ain't a mangrove. Hope he wasn't. Maybe he was. Lost him either way. Never in a million years did I think I wouldn't be able to catch a fish on a Castmaster with a piece of Gulp. You Pretty much assumed that was guaranteed junk fish bite at least, you know. How is that going? Not catching a grunt or a small jab. All right, finally. I don't want to hear anything about how easy it is to catch fish in the Keys after today. Right? Like, everything happened in 20 minutes today. We got a great sunset. We can't catch a grunt, a pinfish, anything we could use for bait, like for the life of us, to catch a shark. Like, we're working pretty low on the fish hierarchy totem pole this evening. Granted, I got fish for dinner and had that nice frenzy for sure. But like, this is a Castmaster. It's like, it's a fish magnet for small stuff. Probably should have fished that Long Key Bridge. I don't think there's any sharks around today either. Alrighty. Let's see, give him 10 minutes on a hook, see what happens. Perfect size grunt. Gonna come with more live baits next few days. It's a 100-pound test on there, I think. Yeah, I got a 100-pound. Alright, you know it. I never really tried chunking grunts, but perfect amount of drag. Hope we get a black tip, man. I think there should be a black tip or two around these bridges. Maybe a snook, you never know, but didn't catch a single grunt out there, man. Wouldn't do this at Bahia Honda though, or 7 Mile. You know, there's a chance at a really big shark here too, but usually the sharks on these smaller bridges end up being like those 5-6 footers. And you never know, we might see a tarpon, you know, right here at dusk. Really don't know. Grunt feels nervous. Started thumping. Something got him concerned there. He's thumping. I never really used the grunts for bait. I'm sure they're good for a grouper. Very hit or miss around these parts. I think that was a manatee in front of me there. Could have been a tarpon. Something was rolling up there. Let's get over to it though. I think every bridge has sharks, or just one or two. I don't know, that might have been a tarpon. I feel like a manatee, I would have seen him come up again. It was a tarpon, sharks, stingrays. I don't think it was a stingray. It was a sea turtle. £40 tarpon we'll land. Wish I brought something to handle him, but unless there was somebody throwing carpet off the bridge. No, I don't think so. We ain't got much more time left out here. Ooh, I think we're about to get eaten. Oh, it was a dolphin. Okay, porpoise. Never mind. Yeah, nothing's eating that grunt, man. Gotta ask Justin for his help. My shark skills are lacking today. See if there's anything in this current. See some bait like flipping over here. Yeah, after I get into this bridge rip here, nothing happens, we're out of here. Well, we did catch fish. The iguana's still up there. Oh, you got a friend with him too, 2 iguanas. There's some crazy, I think they call them the Jamaican, one of these Jamaican land crabs out here. I've seen them a couple times at low tide, but not very consistently. Man, look at that. The iguana is getting, firing off his gullet or whatever it is. Uh-oh. I don't think there's any snook here. Maybe. This one looks like where the snook would be. Right here, but temps might have gotten a little too cold for him. think the snooklet's still biting, like 62. Quiet evening. Oh man, it's a snake. Whoa. I think I saw a snake go into those rocks. Is that one of those freaking big? Right next to the iguana, there was a snake just crawling through the rocks. Wow. Got this iguana right here. There was a snake in between them. This one's camel. You can't. There's no way you'll see it on camera. It literally looks like a rock. Something up here too. Crawling on these pipes. Spooky stuff, man. Alright, I guess we'll see if there's anything on the other side of this bridge, man. What do I do to get myself all twisted up here like this? Okay. I don't think anything is going to happen here. Just the way it is. We got all our cormorants up there. Man, covered a lot of ground after, kind of a live grunt back here. I'm really just hoping for a shark. Not gonna lie. He's still swimming around, right? Shark or a snook. That's a perfect size bait for a shark or snook or tarpon. Small grouper maybe even. I guess 18-inch grouper would eat that thing too. Yeah, I've heard that these birds will eat well over a pound of fish a day. Cormorants? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They hunt them in Canada. They have like a season to hunt them. And there's parts of like the Pamlico Sound that they smell so bad. Parts of Long Island Sound, just pooping in the water all the time. Kind of a gross bird. I don't know if they were always as densely populated as they are now. Oh man. Probably eating snappers, grunts, flounder. They do eat flounder. Just cruising around. What do you think those condos run? They're very tightly packed together though. You see those condos over there? I don't know how I feel about them. Yo, we can't get a barracuda to eat this freaking grunt. I'm talking like a barracuda this size. Picked up some grass just now, I know that. We're gonna get to that bridge and we're done. I give up. I apologize. One hot streak there. And that's it. Haven't seen a barracuda today. Should have went to Bahia Honda today. I don't think I would have dealt with sharks, man. I could have probably got right up a couple of those spots and had it to myself today. You know, not worried about getting taxed constantly. It's like the first day I think I've been in the Keys. I haven't, thrown in those deep channels. Didn't get a jack. Right? Zero jacks today. Zero. Yeah, that's freaking mind-blowing. We went from, the most amount of jacks ever the day we went over to Isla Morada. We had a decent amount on 7 Mile. Not that many, though. And today, literally zero. Just crazy. I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen a barracuda. Usually see a couple of those guys. That's it. Maybe we'll get a Cubero snapper somewhere in here. No, these grunts aren't the best bait. I know that, but I feel like it'd be just an interesting closer. Well, at least that current's slow by the bridge. We can definitely drop that, give that grunt one last good drop, right? He's still thumping around down there. Finally. I think a barracuda finally ate him. Something tried to kill him. Without a doubt. Something's on him. I think it's a barracuda for sure. It's tiny. missed him. He'd get hooked there finally. Yeah, it's definitely like a tiny barracuda. Alrighty. Let's see what happens to this poor grunt. It's a nice deep cut right here, man. I haven't really fished this much. 8 feet. Yep. Could have got him. See if anything's in here. This looks pretty good. Oh, the current though. Not seeing any fish down there though. Sure there's a grouper or two though, somewhere here. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for me though. Grunt got a little barracuda action, but not much else. Does that take 30 minutes to get that little tiny barracuda kill it? So until next time, guys. Until next time. Floated around. Caught some fish. Broke some rods almost again. Oh boy, we gotta really maybe breaking some rods here. There's a lot of current under this bridge. Probably great for look downs. This is probably where I should have caught bait. Alright, time to go home though. So, appreciate everyone for watching. We had a good day with the mangroves though. Once again. $14. Biggest 16 inches for the day. Jigging. So not bad. Alright. Catch you guys in the next video. Check the video's description, links, everything you use. Thanks for watching. I tried. I really did. Had a great day of mangroves, but it happened quick. Use that as you might want to learn. Did get to see all the keys, islands, and stuff though. So that part was cool. Alright. I'm out.